Hi there, experts in creativity and innovation. This is the second strategy coming from our set, as you remember, of 7 different strategies on creativity and innovation. So let's start with the PO thinking. Which is the meaning of this word, the word PO? The meaning is a provocative operation. So that means that when we do something PO, when we act PO, we are just challenging a convention. This is a key concept in creativity and innovation. For instance, if we say water should be dark, or the classrooms in a business school shouldn't have chairs or tables, we are thinking in a PO way. This is extremely interesting when you try to think out of the box, when you try to generate a creative concept. The idea of challenging conventions is key when you try to create a new business, for instance, or to develop a disruptive product or idea. Let's try to imagine, for instance, a hotel that has no rooms. This is crazy. This is absurd. Our mind doesn't understand this kind of provocation, this kind of operations. But if instead of getting paralyzed, you start playing with the idea, you start defying your traditional way of thinking, you get with lots and lots and lots of different interesting ideas. For instance, the chain Yo Hotel that has created little rooms to be used only some hours in the huge airports, as for instance in the London Heathrow Airport. Close to this idea of PO thinking is the Clayton Christensen idea of disruption. When you do something provocative, you are disrupting the normal way of doing things. For instance, the Nintendo Wii, a completely different way of playing with a computer game, using your hands, making movements, etc. That has allowed completely different kinds of people to get introduced to this world. No? We don't want to be provocative. We don't want to think PO just because of doing strange things. We need differentiation. PO thinking is how to differentiate from the others. That's the reason why we need to break our patterns in the way we think. For instance, it comes to my mind a perfect example of PO thinking is the American, the Californian bank Umpqua that characterizes to really change the way they do things in their offices. Bank offices in general are, gray, quite boring, something that you expect. In Umpqua offices you can drink a coffee, you can sit in very comfortable chairs, you can talk to the employees in a very different perspective, because they are obliged to treat you as you were a millionaire. So it's a luxury business model. You can buy different things, you can have an ice cream if you want. It's a very complete experience. It's a PO experience.